Good morning, Cullman, and thank you for tuning in to Cullman Today. I'm your host, Dustin Isom, and today is Tuesday, October 15th. Coming up on Cullman Today, we'll tell you about the major repairs starting today on County Road 222, the Little Pink Dress event that raised an impressive $70,000 for local cancer patients, and a special flag football challenge for athletes with special needs happening soon in Hanceville. All this plus sports, weather, and more, but for now, let's dive into the top stories happening in Cullman today. County Road 222, near exit 305 on Interstate 65, has been a problem area for the Cullman County Commission and Road Department since a pipe collapsed in January, causing a sinkhole. In March, the Commission allocated over $760,000 for remediation efforts. Initial repairs began in March. Now, due to continuing issues with ground settlement, additional work will start today. Cullman County engineer Philip Widener explained, the cause of the current surface settlement was the collapse of the existing drainage pipes several months ago. These surface repairs are necessary because the road-based material fell into the collapsing pipes before they could be filled with concrete, resulting in the settlement. Motorists may have noticed a stockpile of materials near the site, which is a precaution the road department is taking to expedite repairs and avoid road closures or prolonged traffic delays. The full extent of the damage remains unknown, as much of the settlement and debris won't be visible until construction begins. Currently, County Road 222 is expected to remain open during the work, with lane shifts and speed changes to accommodate road crews and equipment. It's not yet known how long the repairs will take to complete. Meanwhile, the Cullman County Bosom Buddies Foundation, a local nonprofit dedicated to supporting cancer patients, held its largest annual fundraiser, the Little Pink Dress Benefit, on October 1st at the Cotton Creek Warehouse. The event raised an impressive $70,000 to benefit local cancer patients. The sold-out evening featured live and silent auctions, soulful tunes by the Wallace State Jazz Band, and special celebrity waiters, including local leaders and law enforcement officers, serving the meal. The foundation expressed heartfelt gratitude in a statement. On behalf of Cullman County Bosom Buddies Foundation, we'd like to thank everyone that came out to support our efforts in raising money to help those in need during their cancer journey. This year's benefit surpassed last year's total by $45,000, and the funds will go directly back into the community to assist and support Cullman area residents undergoing cancer treatments. To learn more about the Cullman County Bosom Buddies Foundation and the assistance available, visit CullmanBosomBuddies.com. And finally, in our top stories today, the Hanceville Youth Football Association will host the Special Needs All-Star Flag Football Challenge on Saturday, November 9th at noon at the Hanceville High School Football Stadium. This special event aims to bring the community together while raising funds for local special needs organizations and playgrounds specifically designed for children with special needs. The day's activities will include a flag football camp and game tailored for the all-star athletes, fun games and challenges around the track for kids of all ages, and emergency vehicle displays, allowing children to meet local heroes and explore the vehicles up close. Participation is free for all attendees, with donations encouraged as the only entrance fee. Michael Reese, president of the Hanceville Youth Football Association, said, "We're looking for sponsors to help cover event costs and provide prizes for participants. Any contributions, whether monetary or in-kind, are greatly appreciated." Volunteers are also needed for registration, setup, and general coordination of the event. Anyone interested in volunteering or seeking more information can contact Michael Reese at 910-725-9349 or via email at hyfabulldogs@gmail.com. That's it for today's top stories. Now we're going to take a short break before we dive into the world of sports.
What's in the magazine? October's peeking in. Oktoberfest in Cullman, let the fun begin. Heroes in our town, business all around. Recipes for sharing, joy everywhere found. Colonel Cullman cheers, history in our ears. Community so bright, polka through the night. Sports spotlight today, kids come out to play. Fields and courts are buzzing in the autumn sway. Germans came to stay, crafts and brews on display. Cullman's heart is glowing in the polka way. Colonel Cullman cheers, history in our ears, community so bright, polka through the night.
Hello and welcome back. Now it's time to find out what's going on in the world of sports. Let's lead off today's sports segment with a look at each of our local winners from Friday night's slate of high school football matchups. The Cullman Bearcats were celebrating homecoming throughout the week, and they capped off the festivities with a dominant 61-6 performance against Columbia Friday night. Cullman improves to 4-4 with the win, and the Cats will be back on the road this week to take on Decatur. After earning a massive triple overtime win at Russellville a week ago, the Aggies returned to Dafford Smith Stadium Friday night and capped a week of homecoming celebrations with a 48-21 win over Priceville. The win also secured a Region 7 championship for the Aggies. Fairview improves to 6-0 with the win, and the Aggies will be back home this week to play Sardis. After defeating Priceville in a dramatic fashion a week ago, West Point hit the road Friday night for a region game at East Limestone. The Warriors trailed at halftime but put 22 unanswered points on the board in the second half to pull away and claim a 28-7 win. West Point moves to 2-5 with the win and will return home Friday for a region matchup with Russellville. The Good Hope Raiders were back on the field at James W. Shable Stadium Friday night to host a massive region game against Hamilton, and thanks to a strong running game and an even stronger defensive performance, Good Hope knocked off Hamilton 28-6 to remain unbeaten and stay around the top of the region standings. The Raiders will head to Fayette County this week for another big region game. The Holly Pond Broncos hit the road for a region game at Asbury Friday night, and they returned home with a dominant 44-0 win over the Rams. Holly Pond improves to 3-4 with a win and will be back on the road Friday to take on Fife. In a highly anticipated matchup between county foes as well as region foes, the Addison Bulldogs went about 10 miles south and met the Meek Tigers in a packed house to determine who would finish second in the region and host a first-round playoff game. In a game where neither defense forced a punt in 4 quarters, Meek came out with a thrilling 30-22 victory. Addison drops to 5-4 and will host Vena this week. Meek improves to 4-3 and will host Cherokee. That covers sports for today, but make sure to check with the Cullman Tribune each day for the latest in sports coverage from across the area. We'll be back right after this message. Hello and welcome back. Now it's time to speed things up with a news rundown. 4 stories in under 4 minutes. Broadway is coming to Alabama this fall, bringing a familiar face from Cullman. Cullman High School theater alumnus Drew Fillinger has joined the Broadway National Tour cast of Chicago the Musical, which opens at the Birmingham Jefferson Civic Center from November 19th to the 24th. In the iconic story set in 1920 Chicago, Fillinger will play a sympathetic news reporter with a big secret. He shared his excitement saying, "After 4 rounds of auditions and callbacks, I got the email telling me I had booked the Broadway National Tour of Chicago. It made all of my years of grueling work so incredibly worth it." Fillinger credits much of his success to his roots at Cullman High School Theater. Cullman High School Theater director Wayne Cook expressed his pride, saying, "It is a major accomplishment for a student to make it in a professional Broadway production. We are very proud of what he has accomplished and are looking forward to seeing him perform in Birmingham in November." The Broadway National Tour of Chicago will be at the Birmingham Jefferson Civic Center from November 19th through the 24th. For more information or tickets, visit chicagoontour.com. Bethlehem West Baptist Church will host a youth rally on Sunday, October 20th at 6:30 p.m. featuring Willie Spears, a nationally recognized speaker, educator, and coach. Known for his energetic and often humorous presentations, Spears has inspired audiences across the country with his messages on life management skills and faith. Spears shared, "I'm going to church tomorrow not because the church is perfect, but because I'm not perfect." Local musician Abby Kelly will lead worship for the evening. The event is free and open to students in 7th through 12th grades. Doors open at 6 p.m. and the rally begins at 6:30. Groups are encouraged to attend, and organizers request that attendees text Jessica Wheeler at 256-200-0800 with an estimated number of participants to assist with planning. Bethlehem West Baptist Church is located at 14310 Alabama Highway 157. For more information about the rally, contact Jessica Wheeler at 256-200-0800. The 2024 Cullman Youth Football regular season wrapped up on Saturday, and what a way to finish! Let's dive into some of the exciting action from Week 7, where teams battled it out for those crucial playoff spots. The Holly Pond Broncos faced off against the Vinemont Eagles, and the Broncos came out strong in the Fireplug division, pitching a shutout against the Eagles. However, the Eagles didn't stay grounded for long. They soared back to claim victories in both the Wee Wee and Pee Wee games, turning the tables on the Broncos. Next up, the Huntsville Bulldogs and the Cold Springs Eagles hit the field. The Bulldogs had an outstanding day on the field, sweeping all three divisions against the Eagles. Their dominant performance sets them up nicely as they head into the playoffs with plenty of momentum. Meanwhile, the Cullman Bearcats squared up with the West Point Warriors, and it was a mixed bag for these teams. The West Point Warriors edged out the Bearcats in tight contest in the Fireplug and Wee Wee divisions, but in the Pee Wee matchup, the Cullman Bearcats roared back with a commanding win, showing they've got what it takes when it counts. Rounding out the day, the Fairview Aggies met up with the Good Hope Raiders. The Raiders took the win in the Fireplug game, but the Aggies weren't about to back down. They rallied to secure victories in both the Wee Wee and Pee Wee divisions, both games decided by just a touchdown. The playoffs kick off at Fairview on Saturday, October 26, so mark your calendars and get ready to cheer on our young athletes. For details, check out the schedule on screen. Come and support our future stars as they compete for the county championship. In September, the Sacred Heart Altar Society and Knights of Columbus hosted their inaugural Christmas and September sale to benefit the St. Vincent de Paul Society. The event raised an impressive $3,251, which will support the provision of holiday food for those in need. The community's generosity ensures continued assistance for those in need during the holiday season. That's your 4 stories in under 4 minutes. Now, for a quick break before we look at the weather ahead and pay our respects for obituaries. I'll be right back after this message. Welcome back. Let's take a moment to pause and remember those who have lost their lives this week as we turn to obituaries. Leo Albert DeClose. Leo Albert DeClose passed away on Saturday, October 12th at his residence in Decatur, surrounded by his wife and family. No services have been planned at this time. Pamela Marie Shackelford Stansel. Pamela Marie Shackelford Stansel, 63 of Cleveland, Alabama, passed away on Saturday, October 12th. Friends are invited to join the family on Wednesday, October 16th for visitation, beginning at 2 p.m., and funeral services beginning at 3. Burial will follow in Holly Pond Cemetery. All services will take place in the Holly Pond Funeral Home Chapel. Van Garman. Van Garman, 78 of Vinemont, passed away on Sunday, October 13th at his residence. No services are planned at this time. Michael Ray Starnes. Michael Ray Starnes, 35, passed away on Sunday, October 13th. Funeral services for Mr. Starnes will be held at 11 a.m. on Thursday, October 17th at Hansville Funeral Home Chapel. Burial will follow the service at Hopewell Cemetery. The family will welcome friends for visitation on October 16th from 6 until 9 p.m. at Hansville Funeral Home. Glenn W. Burden Sr. Glenn W. Burden Sr., 86 of Baileyton, passed away on Saturday, October 12th. Funeral service for Mr. Burden will be on Wednesday, October 16th at 11 a.m. at Cullman Funeral Home Chapel. Visitation will be held from 10 until 11 a.m. prior to the service. Interment will be at Baileyton Cemetery. Neil Crane Fuller. Neil Crane Fuller, 76 of Hopkinsville, Kentucky, passed away on Thursday, October 10th. A celebration of life visitation for Mr. Fuller will be held Tuesday, October 15th from noon until 2 p.m. at Moss Service Funeral Home, followed by a celebration of life funeral service at 2 p.m. Mr. Fuller will be laid to rest at Cullman City Cemetery. That finishes up obituaries for today. Our thoughts and prayers go out to their friends and families. Now, let's take a look at today's weather forecast. Today, we're looking at sunny skies with a high near 66. Tonight, expect mostly clear skies as temperatures drop to around 37. Tomorrow morning, you might notice some frost before 8 a.m., so bundle up if you're heading out early. Otherwise, it'll be another sunny day with a high of around 60. Tomorrow night, there's a chance of patchy frost after 3 a.m. with clear skies and lows near 34. That concludes another edition of Cullman Today. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back bright and early tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m. But for now, I'm Dustin Isom with Cullman Today, wishing you a terrific Tuesday, Cullman.